I mean, he's lost his way so much that he even killed a good bunch of his own people. Even I'm not crazy enough to do that. And I carry this. Well, hi, I'm Negan. And today we're bringing you a very special episode of Tear Up, where we're going to be ranking the various characters from a show I know and love called The Walking Dead. I've come in contact with a various few of these little characters on this here list, some of whom I've never even met, but I've heard a great big deal about. Now, without further ado, let's just get right into this little thing. The tiers for this video are as follows. God tier, Savior Survivor, Want to Come With Us, Walker Food, and Canceled. I don't know why Savior isn't the best tier on this list, because it should be. Because I mean, what better group for you is out there than the Saviors? But we're not gonna waste time over trifling details. First up, we have one Mr. Abraham Ford. I didn't get a lot of time to conversate with this man right here. Because, well, on account of me bashing his skull in, because, I mean, he looked like the leader of this little gang we have here. Now, from what I do know about Mr. Abraham, is that he used to be in the army. I mean, you can't have that kind of look and not have seen some shit. And I mean, as a man himself, I would definitely have a bit of a hard time going up against him. In fact, if he wasn't such an asshole, I might have actually asked him to join the Saviors. So we'll go ahead and put him up in Savior Survivor. Because I mean, it looks like he could have survived if he hadn't met this beautiful Lucille. Now, I'll admit, this next one I do feel a bit sad about. Next up is Carl Grimes. Carl, he'd been shot in the eye, which made him look actually very badass, and I'll admit, on a number of times he did scare the absolute shit out of me. Carl was a boy who tried to preach peace between me, Rick, and the rest of them, but sadly it did not turn out that way. And you know, I'm real fond of Carl. So much so that I think I might actually go ahead and put him up in God tier. You were gone too soon, little buddy. Gone too soon. Next up, we have Carol Peltier. Now, this woman has definitely seen some shit. She had to deal with an abusive husband, her own daughter turning into a goddamn walker, and yet she still somehow found the guts to blow up all of Terminus, take down the wolves pretty much single-handedly. Damn, she definitely would have made one fine savior. But fortunately, she feels it's more important being out there with Daryl. This woman is probably the perfect embodiment of looks like a cinnamon roll, will kill you. And believe me, there were times where I thought she wasn't gonna do jack shit. And then she turned out being the most badass of the bunch. I think we might just have to put her up in Savior Survivor. There are a few things that are keeping her out of God tier, but I won't get into them, considering that this is a family show. Who am I kidding? There's nothing family about it. Next up, we have Daryl Dixon. Daryl. You just had to start a fight that you couldn't win against me. And you know it wasn't gonna go anywhere. I do admire your guts, but you did have to come up against me, and I did have to take out another member of your crew just to show you who was in charge. You're a goddamn huntsman, using that crossbow like it's the hand of God. And you made your way to France, which I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched that series yet, so I'm not 100% sure why that happened or how that happened, so I'm going to have to look into it. But still, you made it to France, and you're kicking ass over there, too. You could have been one fine addition to the Saviors if you would just come to your senses and join me. But we both know you're way too prideful to let that happen. I would only put you down in Savior Survivor. However, I think I need to put you up in God tier. Mainly because I know someone that'll kill me if I don't. You know who you are. Next up, we have this son of a bitch. Goddamn Eugene! Eugene betrayed the Saviors! Eugene is actually pretty amazing in the art of deception and the art of bullet making, I will give him that. And he's so skilled at both that he managed to trick me with good bullets when we tried to ambush Rick and his whole crew. All the bullets we had then were faulty and it took out pretty much all of my men, all of my saviors. Eugene, you are one pathetic son of a bitch. If I had my way, I'd shove Lucille straight up your rectum, and fuck your backside. You may have betrayed my men, but I still have a very little bit of respect for you. I'll make sure to use your body as walker food. I don't think you deserve to come with us, especially after you killed most of us. Next up, we have Glenn Ree. I'll admit I do feel a little sad about this one, just a little bit. Glenn was about to be a father. He was gone too soon. To be fair, that was at the hand of Lucille, but hey, you can thank Daryl for that. This guy managed to beat death time and over again. Then he met me. Then Daryl pulled a stupid trick trying to punch me, doing a fight he can't win, and then I had to show him the consequences of his own goddamn actions. I mean, Glenn is also the reason that Rick joined up with his crew. This freaking guy used to be a pizza delivery boy. I was about to say pizza delivery driver, but I don't feel like that would make sense. Glenn was just gone way too soon. Again, I know by my hand. But still, I think to honor his memory, we need to put him up in God tier. I mean, that's the only kind of shit that seems fair. Next up, we have this son of a bitch who goes by the Governor. The Governor, he's the leader of these people, which I actually don't know if they have a name or not. But the fact is, he's nothing of a leader compared to me. I mean, if it were just a 1v1 me against this guy, I'd have him running for the hills, covering his other eye as he ran away like the little kitty cat that he is. I mean, he's lost his way so much that he even killed a good bunch of his own people. Even I'm not crazy enough to do that. And I carry this. Point is, I don't think the Governor needs to be any higher than at the very bottom and canceled. Next up here we have Maggie Ree, the little boo thang love thing to Glenn, and my partner out in the big city, the dead city. Now, I mean, she still has never truly forgiven me for what I did to Glenn, and she shouldn't forgive me for what I've done to Glenn. But she's proven to be a badass time and time again. That kind of pain only makes her stronger. And who does she have to thank for that? One and only Negan. She did end up going on to have Glenn's baby, who looks pretty much exactly like him. That's those strong-ass Asian genes. And on top of that, she named him after her late father, Herschel, who was kinda having his head sliced open by the Governor. I do some crazy shit like that, but even I wouldn't kill a father right in front of his own children. Point is, I'm a little on the fence about little old Maggie here. But I think due to our time together and my well-deserved redemption arc, I'm gonna put her in the middle at wanna come with us. Because I mean, she did end up coming with me to the city. Which I also don't know why they went to the city. I'm gonna need to watch that more too. Next up, we have Merle Dixon. Merle Dixon is the brother to Daryl Dixon, who I believe ended up having to chop his own hand and or arm off and had it replaced with a goddamn, what was it, a bayonet? No. Sure? No. I don't know. It was some sort of weapon that he replaced his arm with. And if I remember correctly, I might very well be wrong. I do believe he met up and joined with the governor and ended up ratting out Daryl, his crew, and everyone else at the prison. I might be very wrong about the timeline, though. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen the show in a long time. But this dude was just a straight up asshole. And coming from me, that definitely means something bad you've done. I might even just put you down on governor level. In fact, you know what? I am gonna put you down on governor level. Because you are just one stupid piece of shit. Next up, we have Michonne. Michonne, she is the katana-wielding badass. She comforted Rick in his time of need, and also went on to have a child with Rick as well that I guess he never knew for the longest time. I do believe she and I had a couple of interactions I can't remember completely, honestly. I'm gonna be honest, it's probably been like a good couple of years since I've actually seen the show. But I think the point is she would make one badass savior. But that's probably never gonna happen, so I'm probably gonna put her down into Savior Survivor. Cause she could still come around, but she's probably not going to. Next up, we have Morgan Jones. Now, I never met this man at all. I believe he was the first man that ever met Rick Grimes after all of this bullshit went down. He taught him about the walkers, how the dead come back to life. Eventually, they met up with Glenn. Glenn gets him out of a tight jam. Rick goes with Glenn, eventually meets up with his family again, and that is all thanks to Morgan Jones. And I'll admit, Morgan has lost his mind over time. I'm pretty sure he's nothing but a shell of who he formerly was. But I mean, that can definitely happen when you lose your child, the woman you love. Then you decide to name something after her. Not that I know anything about that, but I think this guy was definitely a badass. You know what? I would want him to come with us. Because, I mean, minus the bit of the crazy part. Next up, we've got this handsome-ass devil. Now, who's that? You know who it is. He wears the leather jacket. He carries Lucille, and his nutsack is made of steel. It's the one and only Negan. Now, this man has probably been through the most shit that I've ever seen. His wife was suffering from cancer, I believe. That or some other sort of illness. I believe it was cancer. She couldn't go on and eventually wrapped a bag around her head, killing her, turning herself into a walker. And then I kind of just lost my damn mind. I started to preach like I knew the way to survive. Eventually I created a great big following called the Saviors. They listen to me, they obey me because they know that I am the boss. I mean, how can you carry around this and not be the boss? I mean, you know I'm only going to put myself in one goddamn place. You know it was only a matter of time before I put myself up in God tier. Now, next up, we have my one true nemesis, Mr. Rick Grimes. You ever heard the one about the stupid little prick named Rick who thought he knew shit but didn't know shit? Well, that's this man right here. Rick Grimes entered this world after waking up from a coma in a hospital. Tried to find his family, having almost no luck until he runs into Morgan and his family, his whole crew. He gets patched up as well as he can. While on a run, he meets Glenn, who brings him back to his crew, and that's where he meets back up with his family. But there was some bad shit waiting for him after that. For the many years following, it was just one mishap, one failure right after another. I mean, he even thought he could take out my outpost. Little did he know I had like another 100 people out there ready and waiting to ambush him. Because the truth is, he and I really aren't so different. And if he could have seen things my way, we could have been partners in the New World Order. But nah, he had to let his pride and his ego get in the way of that. He never got a good, close chance to get nice and close and intimate with this dear Lucille. He couldn't even get some freaky deaky going. Well, I mean, he did get a little bit going. Exhibit A, Michonne's kid. But Rick is definitely one badass, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put him up in God tier. Ow. Because, I mean, it would just be insulting not to. Next up, we got Shane Walsh. This was a man I never met and probably would have loved to meet. Because this guy has more stones to do what needs to be done. This dude could have been my right hand, honestly. But he had his own view of the way things should be done. He wasn't going to let anyone get in his way, and especially not Rick. He even brought Rick out to a field ready to take him out, but at the last minute he couldn't go through with it, and that's what led to his own goddamn downfall. At the hands of Rick. He comes back as a walker, nearly gets to Rick if Carl didn't shoot him straight in the head. Another reason why Carl's a goddamn badass. Shane Walsh could have been good, so I'm gonna say, want to come with us? He could have been a good addition to the Saviors. Now, lastly, we have this traitorous piece of shit. We have Simon. Simon was my right hand. He was my right hand, the one I probably trusted the most out of all the Saviors. But he couldn't deal with me having all the power now, could he? Like Shane, he felt things needed to be done a certain way. And when I wasn't looking, he did things those certain ways. He tried to go behind my back. He tried to conspire against me. But fortunately, I have plenty of people who are far too loyal. But he knew his dumbass couldn't beat me, so I ended up choking his ass out. He turns and I made him nothing more than a simple watchdog chained to a fence. You know, I was always a little on the fence with him. And now he's literally on the fence. You knew your dumbass was never going to win against me and you still tried anyway? Dude, I can't have someone with such little brains. You deserve to be in that place. God damn. And I think we're going to go ahead and leave this little old list off right here. Well, I've been Negan. This has been Tier Up Ranking the Walking Dead characters, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. See you now.